You're not supposed to talk about it, but there's a group of people responsible for a disturbing number of mass shootings in America. It's a distressing pattern that too many Americans can't see. In shooting after shooting, the perpetrator is often a current or former member of the U.S. military. Ex-Marine Thomas Jacob Sanford shot up a Michigan church in 2025. Army reservist Robert Card opened fire in a Maine bowling alley and bar in 2023. Marine veteran Ian David Long killed patrons at a bar in California in 2018. Nicholas Cruz, who committed the 2018 Parkland school shooting, was in JROTC, a military program that targets youths. Oregon school shooter Chris Harper Mercer had a short stint in the Army before shooting up a school in 2015.
But wait, there's more!
Army specialist Ivan Lopez attacked Fort Hood in 2014. Army veteran Wade Michael Page attacked a Wisconsin Sikh temple in 2012. Army Major Nadal Hassan opened fire at Fort Hood in 2009. Former Army Sergeant John Allen Muhammad was the ringleader in the infamous 2002 Beltway shootings. Ex-Marine Thomas Paul McIlvaine shot up a Michigan post office in 1991. Ex-Marine Patrick Sherrill did the same in Oklahoma in 1986. And ex-Marine Charles Whitman shot up a Texas university in 1966. Examples like these are numerous, and whatever their color, religion, politics, or target, the attackers all have a military background in common. One analysis found that having a U.S. military background is the single strongest individual level predictor for a mass casualty offender. Roughly 26% of mass shooters over the last 6 decades have had military backgrounds or training, making them overrepresented in the population. This isn't to suggest that only members of the military commit mass shootings or to say that if someone is or was in the military, they're going to commit them. That said, mass killings and shootings of innocents do occur in combat and have occurred throughout American history. It is to say that the military, which is one of the most glaringly violent iterations of the inherently violent government at large, attracts people who either crave violence and/or who are already struggling with emotional issues. It also warps soldiers' minds and instills a violent mentality that often fuses with intense trauma that drives some people over the edge. Taken all together, it's really not surprising that in a country where worshiping war and violence are ingrained in the culture and national identity, mass killings are a problem. This isn't to denigrate the good intentions of many troops who have served in the military. It's not to suggest that veterans should be disarmed or to call for gun control at all, unless it's to control government guns, which cause the most death by far. As much as liberals love to claim that America is unique because of its access to guns, said liberals, along with conservatives, ignore the fact that America is also unique in its over-the-top jingoistic and militaristic mindset and policies. Empire always comes home. Whether through the militarization of police armed with imperial gear, the consequences of intervention overseas in the form of domestic attacks, or soldiers who have been used and abused finally snapping.
These violent delights have violent ends.
But too many people believe some people have a special right to commit violence, blinding them to the glaring problems of perpetual war, the widespread glorification of violence, and the burden this places on the humans caught in the gears of the machine. And unless people break free of this trance and reject this paradigm, these violent ends will all but certainly continue.